By the way, dude, um, sorry, we didn't solve consciousness. Okay. But we did solve consciousness. See, solving consciousness in one sense would be being able to describe the biochemical mechanisms that produce a good bag that we can call consciousness. Where we're not putting multiple bags together. That would be solving consciousness, just like solving facial recognition would be understanding the specific neurons involved in facial recognition. Sort of. All right. I think I'm going to continue to say what I was going to say. See, here's some of the ideas for the biochemical mechanisms of consciousness. Actually, I don't know many of them. So I'm just going to tell you one or two. One is the claustrum, a sheet of cells in the brain that receives input from all other parts of the brain. So that could explain the unity, just because these cells that are receiving input from everywhere else are near each other, they're likely connected, which gives us that cohesion between all these different inputs. Another way, but this more has to do with how we think of consciousness, is, there's this spotlight idea, which is, well, when there is above a certain threshold of activity in the brain, that activity is what the brain is overall like experiencing. The most, but that's more to do with like what do we mean by things. So no, we haven't solved consciousness in the sense that I can't. I don't know what I would have to change in order to delete. Also, I don't believe consciousness is actually deletable. Actually, I don't think it is a thing. Consciousness is, you can be more or less conscious. The more cross-modality there is, the more continuity. First of all, the more illusion continuity, and also the more actual continuity. So the more there's actual activity that's interacting together, and that's being maintained while new activity is happening, and that is interacting with that new activity, then the more conscious you are. I'm not conscious of my sort of heartbeat mechanisms. That brainstem activity, that medulla oblongata activity, is not connected to my other mechanisms in a way that would makes it a part of my experience. Another human, maybe not in this time, but maybe there's another human out there. Well, actually, yeah, when you meditate a lot, meditation, it increases, I'm pretty sure, integration of mechanisms in the brain. So yeah, you would be more conscious. There would be more interaction, there'd be more integration. Yeah. I think I'm exceptionally conscious compared to a lot of humans. Feel like, hello, are you awake? Or did you hear what just happened? Like, are you not seeing the connections and stuff? So yeah, so maybe the more connections and the more one piece of activity in the brain has an effect on other piece of activity in the brain, and also the more there's just an illusion, a feeling of connection, a feeling of lack of jarringness, or a lack of feeling of jarringness, then all right, so anyway, but we've solved consciousness in the sense that, because when for you, the only solution that you would consider really a solution to consciousness, I'm not talking to my dad, I'm talking to, I don't know who I'm talking to, is the only thing that would really explain it for you is if we were like, oh look, we found a little guy running around in the brain with a little flashlight. And wherever he shines his flashlight and whatever he's looking at in the brain, well, you're that guy, and so that's what you're conscious of. But there won't be an answer like that. Or we want, like, so yeah. So do I know the exact mechanisms that we can attribute consciousness to? I just don't believe you can delete consciousness. I don't think there are specific mechanisms. It's the combination of a bunch of things. Neo's conscious. He heard what I just said. It was his brain interpreted this information. He was conscious of that, and if he had the word for conscious, he would say, "Yes, I am conscious of hearing that." Well, it is that he doesn't have the word for it. That's all. And it's not by consciousness that we got the word, by the way, you know? And that's where we go wrong with thinking of consciousness as a single magical thing. All right? So I just, I felt a little bad about saying, that we solved consciousness. In a sense, we did, by realizing that your whole concept of consciousness is just an illusion. But no, we don't know exactly how to describe consciousness. No, and that's a really cool project that we should work on. But yeah, let's not go looking for like some kind of an explanation that will explain the magic of consciousness, because that part definitely is an illusion. The activity of consciousness, observing this, that's not an illusion. But the idea that all of this is one system, that's an illusion. So, they call it the hard problem. It's really just a hard question.